heard a little package there about Portugal and that fantastic win for them against Switzerland. Obviously, the star man was Gonçalo Ramos. We're going to talk about him a bit later, scoring 3 goals on your Portuguese full debut in a knockout stage game. Wow, fantastic. But let's talk about the Portuguese side first. Surprised me, I think, that result. I don't think anyone really saw that coming, just because the Swiss are so difficult to break down. I thought it was going to be a tight game, and in the end, they ran away with it, and they could have scored a few more as well. Portugal, fantastic performance. It was truly magnificent. A massive gamble, obviously in the first place, leaving Ronaldo on the bench. I think all the pundits, everybody I think the bookies had it very, very tight. Yep. Pundits had it tight. Media people had it tight. Journalists, everybody. And all of a sudden, they get a couple, and it's like, well, how many is it going to be now? And Switzerland just capitulated. Yeah, just totally sort of threw the towel in. That was it. And like I said, it could have been a couple more. But it's tough now for Portugal, because that really sort of heaps the pressure on them, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's talk about that. Fernando Santos obviously making what was a massive decision, and it is a massive decision. It's not as though you're bringing on experience for experience. You're giving a young kid, 21-year-old, his 4th cap, first time starting, and you're dropping the great Cristiano Ronaldo. Does he now come in from Morocco? No? No chance. Can't leave. The guy, he played well. So the fact that he scored 3 is almost irrelevant. Just he's running, isn't it? The team played better with him in the side. Simple as that. And I'm sorry, people will go, oh, but it's Cristiano Ronaldo, he's the GOAT. And it's like, yeah, he is. And his numbers are sensational. But he's not doing that anymore. And it's not about him. It has to be about the team. And he's caused problems at Juve. He's caused problems at United. He's caused problems now. This was almost his stake in it, wasn't it? Like the Portuguese side was, it's not working at Juve. Once I get back to my national side, I'm the king, I'm heralded. Now, though, but then you look at his reactions. We've seen it before when, he's at Real Madrid and Gareth Bale scored or hasn't passed in the ball and he's furious. It's a team game. It's interesting because you ask Ian Wright or you ask Alan Shearer or great strikers and they say, score a hat-trick and lose 4-3 or win 1-0 and not score. I know what they say for the cameras. I'd also know what they say behind the scenes. 90% of the time they say, no, they don't. For the cameras, they'll say quite happily, they'll say score hat-trick because it's all about them. And I get that selfish side of it. But Ronaldo's going a little bit too far with that, I think. Walking off a little bit early before the rest of the team. Come on. And after that ridiculous interview with Piers Morgan downstairs or wherever, maybe it wasn't in this building, but surely you've got to be better behaved than that. Got to be a lot better behaved. What I will say, behind the scenes, I think Gonçalo Ramos has come out and said this, that before the game, Ronaldo is having a pep talk with everyone. So almost, we don't see it, but behind the scenes, he's talking to everyone and geeing everyone up. So yes, he comes across as a bit of a kid after the game and looks like he's not smiling when they score. But deep down, he must be happy inside. He must be. Yes, there's going to be a selfish side to him where I want to score, I want to be the main man. But surely he must be happy that his team, his country, are through to the quarterfinal of the World Cup. No, he didn't. And that's the problem. Look at what Luis Suarez did. And I know people think it's wrong in South Africa when he tipped the ball over the crossbar. Anything for the country to win. Cost himself a place in the semi-final, but got them through that round. And when that penalty hit the crossbar, he was doing somersaults going down a tunnel. He was over the moon. It's like, I've just cost myself a place in the semi-final, but I've done everything possible to get my team through. And people say he was a disgrace, it was a cheat. It's like the ultimate sacrifice. And you saw, again, to lose Luis Suarez, you saw when they went out. Right, so would Luis Suarez have done that in the semi-final? Without a shadow of a doubt, he would have done. 100%. He'll do it again. Of course he would. Yeah. No problem at all. And that is sacrificing. Imagine that. Missing a World Cup final. Or someone's going through on goal. And you know what? If I take him down, we're okay. Take him down. You have to miss the final. Simple as that. I'm not sure Ronaldo would do that. Yeah, he clapped the fans off yesterday. I think you saw when he was walking off and he goes to the fans and he does clap them. I think he's spoiling his legacy. Really? There's a tinge of sadness on it, I think, now. He's been such a great player. He's been absolutely magnificent. But the way he's coming across right now, it's not good. It's a little bit bitter. And the worst thing about it, especially yesterday when he did walk off, you're right, all the players are in sort of the middle of the pitch and all sort of giving each other high fives and everyone's congratulating each other. And he does congratulate the players, but then he does do that sort of beeline to the touchline and he walks off by himself, knowing the cameras are on him. Why are you doing that?
And this is the point. People say, "Oh, he knows exactly what he's doing." Just think, before he goes out, he's had his tan done, he's had his eyebrows done, his eyelashes done, this, that, done. He knows that every single camera is zoomed on him. The moment something happens in a game, he knows the camera's coming to him. And if you're sat on the bench, you've got nothing else to think about, really. So when you score, even if you don't mean it, jump up and celebrate.
Yeah, look, I want to hear from Ronaldo fans because look, there are millions of you out there I know that still love the great man.
500 million, I think, if you go on my Instagram.
I think more nowadays.